Hello, welcome to Green View Talk podcast. Today we will talk about the article Climate Management from the Grassroots, written by me, Antonio Fernando Pinheiro Pedro, and my great friend Rafael Posick. The Crossroads of Belém, a deeper look into Brazil's pivotal COP30 debates. The world's gaze is on Belém, but the conversation extends far beyond the logistics of a single conference. COP30 is not just an event. It's a symbolic crossroads where Brazil must decide its future. Beneath the official declarations and global climate rhetoric, a series of urgent, high-stakes debates are taking center stage, and their outcomes will have profound implications for the nation and the world. Sovereignty, mandates, and the thermostat of Paris. At the heart of the matter is the fundamental clash between global climate mandates and Brazil's national sovereignty. Frameworks like the Paris Agreement, with their carbon reduction targets and ESG, environmental, social, and governance standards, are seen by some as essential for a global problem. On one side, there is the global demand for the Amazon to be an untouched carbon sink, free from human activity. On the other, there is the reality of the millions of Brazilians who live and depend on the Amazon for their livelihoods. The debate must address how to foster sustainable development and improve living conditions in the region. This includes tackling controversial topics like the responsible exploration of natural resources such as oil and gas, and implementing modern regulated mining that respects the environment while generating wealth for the nation. The core question is whether the Amazon should be managed as a global asset by foreign interests or as a sovereign territory for the benefit of the Brazilian people. Energy transition, pragmatism versus ideology. Brazil has one of the cleanest energy matrices in the world, largely thanks to its hydropower and a mature biofuel industry. Yet it faces pressure to conform to global trends, such as the full-scale adoption of battery-powered electric vehicles. The debate here is whether this is a pragmatic choice or a costly, ideologically driven one. Critics argue that a sudden shift to new technologies could create a new form of technological dependency, abandoning Brazil's unique strengths in biofuels like ethanol. A pragmatic approach, they suggest, would involve a more gradual and diversified energy transition that incorporates all available options, from traditional sources like oil and gas for energy security to nuclear power, and to a continued evolution of biofuels and other renewables. This avoids the economic pitfalls and loss of sovereignty that could result from blindly following a single path dictated from abroad. Carbon markets and national leverage. Finally, the debate over carbon markets is a critical part of the conversation. Brazil has an immense potential for carbon credits, which could be a powerful economic tool. However, the current structure of these markets is a point of contention. The risk, according to critics, is that international players will buy Brazil's carbon credits to offset their own emissions. This allows developed countries to continue polluting, while Brazil bears the full burden of conservation and forsakes economic development opportunities. The discussion must center on how to structure a sovereign carbon market that serves Brazil's national interests, ensuring its environmental assets are not just sold off, but are used as a form of strategic leverage on the global stage. Ultimately, these debates reveal a central question for COP30. Will Brazil be a passive participant, simply conforming to external pressure, or will it assert a new path, a grassroots approach focused on concrete local solutions, economic pragmatism, and unyielding national sovereignty? The conversations in Belém could set the tone for this new, more assertive direction. However, a growing chorus of voices in Brazil argues these mandates often serve as a form of neocolonialism. The concern is that developed nations, having built their economies on fossil fuels, now impose rules that restrict the development of emerging economies. This perspective argues that Brazil should not be a climate debtor forced to sell its assets cheaply, but rather a climate creditor that asserts its control over its vast natural resources. The very idea of an international thermostat for global temperature is viewed by some as an arrogant overestimation of human control, ignoring powerful geological and cosmic factors and reducing a complex issue to a political tool. The future of the Amazon: development versus dogma. The Amazon is the world's largest rainforest and a cornerstone of the COP30 conversation. But the debate is not as simple as preserve versus destroy. Instead, it's a conflict between two visions for the region. Thank you very much for watching. Be sure to share your opinion in the comments. Leave a like and subscribe to the channel. It helps us transmit information and share knowledge with everyone who is willing to listen. See you in the next video.